guys, welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining me again. So today I decided to draw a horse eye with pastel pencils on pastel mat. I'm using Stabilo pastel pencils and a few Faber Castell pastel pencils. The color of the pastel mat is brown and it's about 8 by 8 inches. So I really wanted to draw a horse eye. I'm kind of shocked that I haven't done a horse eye in pastels yet. So I really wanted to do that for my channel today and I hope you'll enjoy it. In the end it took me about 3 hours to complete, so I'm sorry if the video is a bit fast. I will do a tutorial of it on Patreon, so if you're interested in that, keep an eye out. You can find the link in the description. So first I started out with sketching the outlines. I used a beige for that and a really light hand. So I just sketched it out really fast. I used a reference photo from a girl named Roxy. I got permission to use this photo, so thank you very much for letting me use your photo. It had beautiful detail, so it was really fun to draw. After sketching the outlines, I started with filling in the iris. And with pastels, I really like to use base colors. So for the iris, I used a base color of browns, and then I started to add the details on top. And for the pupil, I used a dark gray first. The pupil appears to be black, but it's never completely black because of the shine. So I started out with a light gray, and I also added some browns on it. And in the end, I used some black on the pupil, but not much. So really try to draw the colors you see and not what you think you see. And then for the highlights in the eye, it's a really big highlight. I used multiple beiges and grays and very little white. A highlight in an eye is never completely white either. So try to use blues, grays, beiges. Sometimes you can also find purples in there. So that's really fun. And then I started out with drawing the eyelid. There was a very bright highlight on the bottom eyelid. So for that I used some very light yellows and grays as well. And for these little details you have to keep your pencil very sharp. So I usually use my Derwent Superpoint manual sharpener for this, but it kind of broke. My pastel pencils don't really work with it anymore. So for this drawing I just use those very cheap metal pencil sharpeners with 2 holes. So that works as well. And then for the lashes I used a light yellow as well. And for this it's important to have a steady hand. So because there's a dark underlayer below the eyelashes, I had to use quite some pressure and a very steady hand to draw the eyelashes quite straight and to make sure that the color wouldn't smudge onto the colors beneath it. So the eyelashes were quite of a challenge. I actually had to do them over once, but in the end it worked out and I'm quite happy with how it looks now. So then it was time to move on to the fur around the eye. For this I also use a base layer. I could find a lot of yellows and oranges and browns in the fur, but I also saw a bit of a gray undertone. So what I did first is put in a base layer of that gray, and then I added the oranges and yellows on top. I also smudged quite a bit with my finger, and on this pastel mat I think it's a really good paper for layering. So I could use so many layers without the paper getting saturated. So I really would recommend pastel mat if you want to try realistic animal drawings. You can add so many layers without the paper getting saturated, and it's very forgiving as well. On other papers I don't think I would be able to do the lashes over, but on this paper it worked. Otherwise the drawing would have been ruined because the lashes really didn't look great when I did them the first time. So you can see for the fur I used very darker browns in the top right, and then I added the lighter hairs on top with yellows and some oranges as well. I didn't make the fur as detailed as I could have. I wanted to have the main focus on the eye, so I tried to leave the rest of the drawing not as detailed. I could have made it much more detailed, but then the drawing would have taken me so much longer to complete as well. Let me know what other kind of eye I could draw. So far I've done quite a lot of eyes. I've done wolf eyes, horse eyes in graphite as well, human eyes. Let me know below what kind of animal eye you'd like to see. So then I added the whiskers. Horses have whiskers as well. Those long hairs sticking out around the eyes. So I drew those in with a dark purple. So it's really easy when you see hairs like this to just take black and draw those hairs in with black. But if you look at the photo, you can always see multiple colors. So really try to draw the colors you see. And then after about 3 hours the drawing was finished. I really hope you like it. Let me know what you think of it. You can find the end results and all my other drawings over on my Instagram and Facebook. Don't forget to follow me on there. Thank you very much for watching. Give this video a like if you liked it. And then I will see you in the next video.